Stand by on the string.
We're coming to you live from the DDX studios here in Pigeon Forge. My name is Ron Carvalone, your host for what we call Get Married in the Smokies, the show that highlights not only the destination wedding area that we are, but also wedding professionals. We'll also tackle topics of education and to give it an easier way for if you're looking on the internet to find out what to do and how to get a hold of those vendors. So we're going to have another segment here right after the intro. Welcome, Get Married in the Smokies here. We're coming to you live from DDX Studios in Pigeon Forge. A big thank you to DDX Studios for reaching out and giving me the opportunity to have a showcase for weddings and events, as I do hopefully try and get involved through networking and through my various duties and responsibilities, so I appreciate it. You go to Facebook, go to Mountain Fun Life, like their page, and we'll have these segments every Monday at the same time. So if you are a wedding professional who'd like to be on, or someone who'd like to find out some more information, feel free to message us and I will be glad to answer questions or tackle any topic that you might like. So again, welcome. And I'm very pleased or very honored to have, I've got Megan Ownby here from Above the Mist. Welcome, Megan.
Thank you, Ron. Good to see you.
It's good
Always
to
a
see
pleasure.
you. It is always a pleasure. So we are in the heart of wedding season right now.
We are.
It is a busy time.
It is.
So I doubly appreciate you taking the time to do this.
I'm glad to do it.
So explain to everyone Above the Mist.
Above the Mist Wedding Services.
Yes.
So Above the Mist is a 5-star across-the-board wedding venue. And when I say venue, I use that very lightly because we actually have multiple venues.
Right.
We have a couple beautiful mountain venues. We actually have a vineyard for our larger weddings. Anything that's above 60, we usually take them out to the vineyard. Or recently, we have gotten on board with the Gatlinburg Event Center. I know that you talked to Sherry earlier. We're very excited about that. It is
great addition.
An absolutely beautiful
Yes.
venue. And it's just as beautiful inside as it is outside.
It is.
So we're extremely excited about that. We do all facets of everything to do with the weddings, and we do it all in-house. We have a florist. We have, of course, our own professional photographers. We actually have 3 different levels of photographers. We have our pros, our semi-pros, and our amateurs.
Okay.
So that it doesn't have to break the bank.
I was going to ask that question.
Exactly.
Budget fits all.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that the budget fits all. We actually have photography and wedding packages starting at $175, and that includes prints. That would be with the photographer in training.
Okay.
And we try to keep the price as reasonable as possible so that my photographers get their training.
Yes.
I have almost 3 decades, I'm aging myself here, almost 3 decades experience as a professional photographer, and I also consider myself a teacher. So I do an online photography class and hands-on with all of my employees that work for me.
That's awesome.
It's easy to teach somebody how to work their settings on a camera and different things like that, but how to make sure that they capture that perfect moment, the minute that he kisses her hand, or you can't miss the kiss.
No.
You can't miss that. There's things that you just can't miss. You can't miss the ring shot.
Right.
You can't. So those are things that are learned, and they're definitely something that takes a lot of training.
Okay.
So we also do, we use Smoky Mountain cakes for all of our cakes because they're the best.
Awesome
There's
job.
absolutely no doubt about it. They just did my daughter's baby shower cake yesterday, so Mary always does a perfect job. But everything else we do ourselves. Now, we do hire out caterers. I'm a chef, so I like to oversee.
Yes.
One of the things I said that I would never do is take on something that I personally could not do, because you never know
When
what's
you
going to
have to step
happen,
in.
and I want to be prepared all the time. And that's, I think, why our wedding company is the #1 in the Southeast. So,
And you've got, I mean, above the mist, I mean, since I've come in the area, and I've been here 9.5 years.
yeah,
From that time, I mean, you've had a great reputation.
good.
You know,
That's important
and
to
it's
us.
it's one of those things to where, as when I came here as a new vendor, I'm like, oh, I need to work for that company. So
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Thank you
mean,
very much.
sure.
It's very important to us. Our brides are extremely important to us, and
Sure.
they know that. We treat our $99 brides the same as we do our $20,000 weddings, because it's still their wedding day.
It's still their wedding
It doesn't
day. You're
matter how
exactly
big their
right.
package is, it's still their wedding day. And also, we would never say a negative thing about any other wedding company or any other
Sure.
venue or anything like that. My staff knows very well that we don't ever say anything negative. We do get calls sometimes saying, I've tried to call this place or this place or this place, and they won't return the phone calls. Just say, it's probably a tough time right now,
Right.
but let's just move forward and see what we can do.
Exactly.
And no name calling. I don't roll that way, and I think that has helped us keep a really good relationship
Sure.
with everybody in the area, and that's important.
Now, let me ask you this too: as a business owner, for someone who, everything from coordination, lining up the vendors and everything, how different is it being in a destination area?
It's a little bit difficult to answer, because I've never been a wedding business owner in Chicago. I lived in Chicago
Yeah, we
for,
talked
you know
about
that.
that, yeah.
But I've never been a wedding business owner in Chicago.
Sure.
So this is all I've ever known. I was a professional photographer in Chicago.
Sure.
But that's different, because I was hired by the wedding coordinators.
How well do you feel especially with social media the way it is today?
Right.
How well do you feel that gives you an advantage or helps, especially in a destination area?
100%. I actually just hired Morgan Drennan, and she will be full-time doing just social media
Just
for my
social
company.
media.
That's 40 hours a week just spent on social media. And it's the way to go right now.
Now, let me ask you this. Why do you feel that's important?
Because, first of all, because the brides, and even myself, and I'm sure that you're guilty of it as well, when we get ready to start planning something, my daughters and I are doing a mission trip in
Okay.
Puerto Rico next week.
Oh, awesome.
So when I was sitting out there waiting to come in, immediately got on my phone and started looking for things that I can take them to do
Sure,
between, in the short amount of time that we'll have to ourselves.
Right.
You grab that phone, you go to social media, you look at the Facebook page, you go to TripAdvisor and look and see what's said about it, and you find the best things to do. I just think that if you're up with your game on Twitter, I'm 50 years old. I don't do
We're
Twitter.
the same age.
My
yes.
kids do. My kids are really, really good at that. But Morgan does Twitter.
Yeah.
And it's something that I can do it. I have a Twitter account, but I really don't have time to sit there and send tweets all the time.
Right, right.
And Snapchat, that's, my
And
daughters don't even,
Instagram.
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think my daughter texts anybody but me. All of her conversations with her friends are through Snapchat, which is good for me because I have access to her Snapchat,
Sure.
so I get to see all of it.
And I asked you that for a specific reason. Here's the reason. And Megan hit it on the head. Okay, I'm 50, she's 50. We're used to a time and age to where, you just get on your laptop, you get the emails in, you respond to clients. Now it's a whole different ballgame.
It is.
And there's so many different ways to which couples respond.
Absolutely.
And the thing I always say is that, yes, it's so easy to get caught up in, well, this is how I've always done it. But especially the way the wedding game is changing, if you want to stay relevant in today's market,
That's right.
then you do have to change with some of the trends.
Right.
And I always say having an active Facebook business page
Absolutely.
and Instagram and social media presence is key, because I don't know about you, but at least once a week I'm getting a message through Facebook on a couple that's looking for services.
All the time.
Yeah,
All day long for us.
exactly.
All day
Okay.
long.
So it's comforting to hear,
Yeah.
you talk of that.
And it depends on the audience that you're targeting as
Sure.
well. Because, yes, we are wanting to go for those young first-time married
Sure.
brides because, I'll be honest with you, they're going to spend a little bit more money. If it's your first-time bride, it's their first wedding,
Right.
mom and dad are going to be willing to spend a little bit more
Sure.
money. That's going to be my $20,000 to $30,000 range. They're the brides that I'm going to hit through Snapchat and Twitter. But that being said, my older brides, second or third time, I'm going to hit them through Facebook because a
Yeah.
lot of them have that.
Absolutely.
Their weddings are going to be smaller, but you know what? That's just fine because they know what they want. They've been there, done that before.
Yeah.
I don't have to spend as much time with them. I'd love to spend as much time as possible with any of my couples.
sure,
but,
absolutely.
But it all just really evens out.
Exactly, exactly. So if someone's surfing on the internet, what's your contact information for them?
It's Above the Mist Weddings at Outlook.com would be where they could email us and we
Okay.
can give them a plethora of information.
Sure.
The website is www.abovethemistweddings with plural with an s.com. And then they can also call 865-410-1527. Sorry, that's a new number. We just got a new phone system, so I
was
did
gonna
have
say,
to
that's
look.
why she's looking at the
Yes,
pay-per-view.
exactly. And that's Carly's direct line. Carly is our office manager
Okay.
and our head coordinator. And if she's busy, it'll bounce over to one of the other girls.
Gotcha. So if someone is looking at Above the Mist, what is the one thing that you want them to know about choosing your services to where, you come with Above the Mist and we will help you create your dreams? What's the one thing that you want to convey to your future brides?
Customer service. Customer service is the most important thing to Above the Mist. And when I say customer service, that means when we see that bride, her first impression is going to be a smiling face,
Sure.
walking up to her, extending their hands, taking her into her air-conditioned bride's dressing room and telling her, if you need any help with your dress, we'd be more than happy to help you out in any way. Staff will be there taking care of the guest. Customer service is so important, and that also includes when she sees her flowers for the first time. We don't want, okay, thank you. We want, oh my gosh, those are my
Those are
flowers.
beautiful.
Those are gorgeous, and that's what we get
I get
every
that.
single time.
That makes
Our
sense.
floral designers are amazing. We only use the best of the best. That is extremely important to us.
Yes.
We're not going to recommend anybody. I'm not going to recommend somebody just because they're a friend.
Sure.
I'm going to recommend the best every single time.
Well, you have to, because we are a destination area and
Absolutely.
consistency counts.
Yep.
Because it's your name, it's your reputation, whoever you're working with.
Exactly. And I think that our reputation is really the thing that has kind of set us up as the cream of the crop because our reviews are fabulous.
Awesome.
So.
Again, this is Megan Ownby with Above the Mist, and she will help you from A to Z when it comes to coordination, vendors, sites, everything like that. So feel free to contact her and reach out to her for your upcoming wedding needs. Again, thank you for tuning in to Get Married in the Smokies this week. Megan, it's been a pleasure.
It's been
Thank
a pleasure.
You so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank
And
you.
again, if there's something that you'd like to know or a segment that you'd like to see, reach out to us here at DDX Studios, Mountain Fun Life. My name is Ron with Get Married in the Smokies, and thank you so much for tuning in.